The polite and kind Bart. Bartholomew Big Gums, or Bart for short, was a little bear with a big appetite, for manners, that is. He lived in a cozy apartment in the bustling Honeycomb City, where everyone was always on the go. One sunny morning, Bart's mama was baking his favorite treat, honey-oatmeal cookies. The delicious smell filled the apartment, making Bart's tummy rumble like a tiny drum. "Mama, are the cookies done yet?" Bart asked, peeking into the oven. Mama smiled, flour dusting her nose. "Almost, sweetie." "While they cool, why don't you run downstairs and say good morning to Mrs. Honeycomb?" Mrs. Honeycomb lived in the apartment below them. She was a kind, elderly lady who always had a jar of sweet clover honey for Bart. Bart's ears drooped. "But Mama," he mumbled, "I don't want to bother her." Mama knelt down, her eyes twinkling. "Saying good morning isn't bothering, Bart. It's being polite. A friendly greeting brightens someone's day, just like sunshine." Bart thought for a moment. He loved sunshine, and he wouldn't mind spreading some himself. So, with a determined puff of his chest, he put on his shoes and headed downstairs. Taking a deep breath, he knocked on Mrs. Honeycomb's door. A moment later, the door creaked open. Mrs. Honeycomb's face, usually filled with a warm smile, looked a little sad. "Oh, hello Bart," she said, her voice low. Bart felt a tiny frown tug at his brow. "Good morning, Mrs. Honeycomb," he greeted, his voice small but clear. "How are you today?" Mrs. Honeycomb's surprised face broke into a wide smile. "Good morning, Bart. That's so kind of you to ask. I'm feeling a little under the weather today." Bart, remembering the sunshine Mama talked about, chirped, "Well, I hope you feel better soon. Mama made delicious cookies, and they'll be ready soon. Would you like one?" Mrs. Honeycomb's eyes widened with delight. "That would be lovely, Bart. Thank you for thinking of me." Bart felt a warm glow in his tummy, even warmer than the thought of cookies. He'd brightened Mrs. Honeycomb's day. Later, as Bart enjoyed his cookie with a steaming cup of milk, Mama ruffled his fur. "See, Bart? Using your good manners can make someone's day brighter. And sometimes, being polite is even sweeter than a delicious cookie." Bart smiled. From that day on, Bart always greeted everyone he met with a good morning or a hello. He learned that good manners weren't just about how you sit at the table, but about spreading a little sunshine with your words and actions. And that, in Honeycomb City, was just as important as any delicious treat. Kids, we should be polite and kind to everyone. You are the angel to brighten others' day. The end.